Winnipeg, the Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, the Honourable Tim Hodgson, will make an announcement that will help build a clean, affordable future for Canadians. He will be joined by the Honourable Julie Debrusson, Minister of Environment and Climate Change, and the Honourable Mike Moyes. Edmonton, trade winds to success, and Corey Hogan, Parliamentary Secretary to the Honourable Tim Hodgson, Canada's Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, will make a funding announcement on new resources for Indigenous-led clean energy projects in Alberta and across Canada. Media availability will. Parks Canada, together with Beausoleil First Nation and the Historic Sites and Monuments Board of Canada, will participate in a plaque unveiling ceremony to commemorate the historic significance of Beausoleil Island. Beausoleil Island has been a place of cultural and spiritual importance for the A. Parks Canada and the Historic Sites and Monuments Board of Canada will participate in a plaque unveiling ceremony to commemorate the national historic significance of John Stuart. John Stuart was the author of an account of Prince Edward Island, which is recognized as the first written history of T. The Honourable Tim Hodgson, Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, and the Honourable Julie Debrusson, Minister of Environment and Climate Change, will co-host the G7 Energy and Environment Ministers meeting in Toronto, Ontario, on October 30th and 31st, 2025. Building on the G7 Summit in Kananaskis, the Honourable Anita Anand, Minister of Foreign Affairs, issued the following statement: Canada condemns the strikes conducted by the Israeli Defense Forces in Qatar, which violated sovereignty and territorial integrity. The Middle East faces serious challenges, and sustainable peace and security. Today, the Honourable François-Philippe Champagne, Minister of Finance and National Revenue, accompanied by the Honourable Tim Hodgson, Minister of Energy and Natural Resources, the Honourable Julie Debrusson, Minister of Environment and Climate Change, and Ryan Turnbull, Parliamentary Secretary to T. Notice of Non-Material Privacy Incident involving non-sensitive personal information. On August 17, 2025, the Government of Canada was alerted to a cyber incident impacting the application interface of a third-party service provider's multi-factor authentication used for Canada Revenue Agency, EMPL. Iqaluit, Nunavut, September 8, 2025, the Government of Canada is delivering over $18.7 million to Nunavut this year to create communities that are stronger and more connected. Our communities can only grow to support more housing when there are investments in foundational infrastructure projects, like the annual Conference of Federal, Provincial, and Territorial Ministers of Agriculture was held in Winnipeg, Manitoba, from September 7 to 9, 2025. Ministers recognized the impacts of dry conditions and wildfire activity affecting regions across Canada, and the significant uncertainty caused by tariffs. Business risk management ministers were updated on the full range of activity by FPT officials related to the implementation of business risk management programs under Sustainable Canadian Agricultural Partnership, including recent adjustments agreed to at their meeting in July. They also had a 4. Ottawa, Ontario, September 9, 2025, the Canadian International Trade Tribunal today determined that there is a reasonable indication that the dumping and subsidizing of cast iron soil pipe from China have caused injury or are threatening to cause injury to the domestic industry. The Tribunal's inquiry. Ottawa, Ontario, September 9, 2025, the Canadian International Trade Tribunal today initiated an expiry review of its finding made on November 16, 2020, in Inquiry NQ20190002, to determine if the expiry of the finding is likely to lead to continued or resumed dumping of corrosion-resistant steel sheet. Ottawa, Ontario. Protecting the rights and interests of Canadian consumers of financial products and services is CAC's primary priority. Regulatory efficiency and transparency are essential to fulfilling this mandate and are hallmarks of an effective regulator. They informed CAC's commitment to PROAC. The Government of Canada is committed to strengthening its relationship with its European partners and expanding economic avenues for Canada. Today, the Honourable Joel Lightbound, Minister of Government Transformation, Public Works and Procurement, and the Honourable Anita Anand, Minister of Forag. For immediate release Témiscaming, Quebec, September 9, 2025, Public Services and Procurement Canada wishes to advise motorists that there will be alternating lane closures, in which the open lane will be reduced to 3.03 meters, with possible short-term full bridge closures on the Temiskaming Dam BR. Today, the Honourable David McGuinty, Minister of National Defence, participated in the 30th Ukraine Defence Contact Group meeting, hosted by the United Kingdom and Germany. The meeting was held virtually and brought together representatives from approximately 50 countries, who gathered to discuss. The Little Gold Creek port of entry in the Yukon is scheduled to close for the season on September 15, at 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Due to harsh winter weather conditions, the Little Gold Creek port of entry is open seasonally and operates from the Friday of the Victoria Day long weekend to September 15 EA. Ottawa, Ontario, September 9, 2025. The Assembly of First Nations has received a federal investment of $225,000 to support research on homelessness among First Nations veterans across Ottawa. The Assembly of First Nations will explore the unique challenges contributing to homelessness among First Na. Saguenay Lac Saint Jean business receives $1,800,000 in financial assistance from CED. Saint-Henri-de-Talon, Quebec, September 9, 2025. Canada Economic Development for Quebec Region supporting innovative manufacturing businesses contributes to economic development in Quebec's regions. That is why